have the Military Bowl. Annapolis, Maryland is the venue for this one. We have UCF taking on Duke in this matchup. Duke now 1 point favorites, 1.5 in some spots, and the total 62-62.5 in this game. There's been a change of favorites because UCF actually opened a slight road favorite. Motivation, Conor Mac, don't have to question it, in my opinion, with Duke. I'm sure this is going to be an excited football team. A season that nobody really projected them to be as strong as they ended up being this season. It was a great coaching job by Mike Elko. 8-4 straight up, 8-4 against the spread as well for Duke. They have been a team that I know you and I have both backed successfully on several occasions this season. They finished their regular season with a 34-31 victory over Wake Forest. UCF, on the other hand, you wonder how they're going to be treating this bowl game when you look at it, because they finished the season in a disappointing note. They lose the AAC Conference Championship game 45-28 against Tulane, and really they were just beaten soundly start to finish. Could not stop the Green Wave offense, and the UCF offense did get going late, but they had already fallen behind by a pretty significant margin. I think when you look at this matchup too, one thing you want to keep in mind is you should have everybody accounted for. Obviously player opt-outs, are certainly things that you're going to want to keep an eye on here as we go through the bowls. Some teams in particular might be missing players. As far as NC State goes too, Devin Leary has hit the transfer portal, so he's out. And now it's just going to be a question of who's going to play quarterback. It could be a bunch of different options. Chambers had some time playing. MJ Morris played a little bit for them, so we'll have to wait. Oh, that's NC State. My bad. UCF, I should say. It was Keene and Plumlee basically sharing the reps overall for the UCF Knights. So something you want to definitely keep in mind. So who will they go to at quarterback? And remember, John Reese Plumlee was a little bit banged up down the stretch of the season. So will the preparation and the time off give him a chance to be ready for the bowl game? We'll have to wait and see. And as always, Conor, with the UCF games, you want to monitor, can Duke defensively in particular stop the run? Because if you can stop the run, you can stop this UCF offense. And Duke's run defensive numbers actually not bad at all. It was really through the air where they got picked on more than they did on the ground. Duke's run defense is actually 24th in the country, just allowing 120.3 rushing yards per game. So the money's moved toward Duke, and I agree. I think Duke's the side if I'm betting this one in the Military Bowl. What do you think here, Conor Mac, UCF Duke?
That's what I wanted to touch on, was UCF running the rock. Can they? This Duke team pretty good, stopping it, like you mentioned, right around top 30 all year long. I think they can. I think Duke, to me right now, I'm leaning to them. You mentioned kind of the disappointment, Central Florida at the end of the year, the banged up, whether it was Plumlee. We'll see if he plays. If not, it'll be even more run heavy, even with Keene, and they run a ton with Plumlee. But he's not a great passer, but maybe he could move it on this Duke defense. Hey, right now, both these teams were good for me all year long, but I think this is Duke. I lean that way as well. This total, I think, is about right. I lean over. I'm going to wait on this total. Just the way Duke's defense, like you mentioned, at times good against the run, but they could give up some big plays, and against teams give up, and especially the last few in the 30s. So I think this game can get over. Right now, I lean over a little bit, and Duke